Hello, and welcome to the unofficial settler guide for the Exile Zone, Everstar Grove. This video will show what you can build for each of the 3 expansion missions in the zone, and will also cover some basics for the settler path, such as resource gathering and aesthetic improvements. I'll be covering each mission in order of appearance following the zone's quest route, but feel free to check out the links in the description below to jump right to the parts you need. Everstar Grove is one of the optional starting zones in Wildstar, so for anyone new to the settler path, the first place you'll want to start is resource gathering. Everstar Grove only has one type of resource to collect. Look for brown crates on the ground marked with the green settler icon and interact with them to obtain salvaged machine parts. These appear throughout the entire grove, including inside the Arboretum and the Blighted Tunnel, and will be used to build every expansion in the zone. To gather a part, simply approach and interact with it by pressing F or your assigned interact button. You should randomly receive 1 or 2 salvaged machine parts for each item you collect. Unlike most items, these parts won't take up any bag space. All settler resources will be stored separately from your main inventory in a special section of your trade skill bag, so feel free to go a little crazy with it and pick up everything you find. The first mission is Expansion Mystwood Forest. Approach the area in the middle of Mystwood Forest, next to the Mordash-Lucy Lazarin. Depending on whether other settlers have recently passed through, you may notice that there isn't much here, but that's where you come in. Look for a circular settler depot on the ground in the middle of this area and interact with it to open the expansion options. For this depot, there are 3 improvements to choose from: the digitally linked banking box, attribute boost selector, or maximum health booster. The banking box will spawn a bank near the depot, which any player can use to deposit or withdraw items. The attribute boost selector will create a basic attribute enhancement station, which players can interact with to select one of 3 buffs: a heal booster to increase outgoing healing, a defense booster to reduce the damage taken, or a damage booster to increase the damage dealt. Each buff lasts for 20 minutes and increases the selected attribute by 5%, but you can only have one of them active at a time. Lastly, the maximum health booster will create a basic max health station to give players another boost, increasing maximum health by 15% for 20 minutes. Clicking on any option will display its cost in resources as well as how much of that resource you have available. Whether you build an improvement that doesn't exist yet, or add time to an improvement already in place, the cost is the same, and either way, you'll receive 1 point toward the mission objective. Since it doesn't matter what you build, there's some flexibility here. You could try to build one of everything, focus on the items you find the most useful, or add time to the cheapest improvements all 3 times to conserve resources. Build 3 items and this mission is complete. Note that finishing a mission won't lock you out of its associated depot. As long as you have enough resources, you can return here to add improvements as often as you like. The second expansion mission takes place just down the road, in the middle of Elderoot Refuge. The objectives are the same as before. Build any 3 of the available improvements to complete it. The attribute boost selector and maximum health booster options are identical to those found in Mystwood Forest, but instead of a bank, the refuge offers a new station called the travel speed booster. Select this and a basic travel speed station will spawn close to the depot. Interact with it to receive a travel speed boost, which will increase your run speed by 30% and mount speed by 15% for 20 minutes. This effect can stack with all of the other settler buffs to this point, and also appears to work with the zone's other speed boosts, such as Road March and Float Like a Flitterfly. Head toward Bloodbloom Vale for the final mission. Before covering the expansion options, take a moment to glance around the settlement. You may see boxes and other small items marked with the triangular settler path icon. These are buildable items, a perk of the Settler Path that allows you to temporarily improve the area by constructing new features, such as banners or tents, or by changing an existing item, such as lighting a torch. All players will be able to see the new items and, if possible, interact with them. Building these won't grant any path experience and isn't required for the missions. They're just one way of bringing a little more life to Nexus. On to the finale. The last mission in this zone is Expansion Bloodbloom Vale. As before, you can build any 3 of the available improvements to complete it, and this depot also offers the attribute boost selector and maximum health booster options seen in the previous 2. The new option this time is the Aurin War Council. At 8 salvaged machine parts, this is the most expensive option in the zone, but also one of the most useful as it will actually create 2 new boost stations. Unlike the others, this improvement won't appear next to the depot. Face back toward the main encampment, however, and you'll see the usual construction cloud in the distance. The War Council features a host of new NPCs to defend the area, including trained Dawn Grazers and a hologram of Commander Durek up top. As for the stations, look beneath the main platform next to the ramp leading up to find a basic shield capacity booster. Interacting with this will grant a buff which increases shield capacity by 15% for 20 minutes. This one can't stack with the Settler health boost, so if you also built the maximum health booster, you'll have to choose between the 2. The second station is at the top of the War Council. Interact with the basic experience station to increase experience gained by 10% for 10 minutes. Congratulations on expanding the Exile settlements in Everstar Grove. Thanks for watching, and see you next time!